I've just been fed so many lies with this family. I just want one goddamn truth.
So, as we all know, JP wants in on the game because he's sky high in debt because of custody lawyers where he was fighting for DMAC. There's also private investigators, the club, medical bills for Herman, and once he started digging a hole, it just kept on getting deeper and deeper, and now he feels the only way he can get out is to enter the game that Tommy's in, where he found out that Tommy is a drug dealer, and when he did, he mentioned that he used to move some weight back in the day as well. But we're also going to look at more than just JP wanting in on the game. But why haven't we found out what JP stands for? Because those initials are very close to a certain James St. Patrick. And also something seems off about the timeline with how Tommy and JP were in Chicago at the same time. But Kate Egan is the only person that can make sense of this all. So we're gonna run through some questions that I think we need answering when it comes to this whole family situation. But let's talk about JP wanting in on the game first.
Just cause you moved some weed cause you thought it was cool.
Oh, no, it wasn't just weed.
Oh, whatever. I don't give a fuck if you was the Tony Montana of the Midwest.
Now, before JP could tell us what he used to move back in the day, which wasn't just weed, Tommy cut him short, and that's because he knows the consequences of the game. And he's already lost one brother to the game, and I don't think he's prepared to lose another. And this is why Tommy doesn't want JP anywhere near what he's doing. But I really don't think JP is asking. He's someone who sounds like he's experienced in selling back in the day. So how could this actually work if Tommy caves and lets JP in? Because I'm sure as much as Tommy doesn't want JP anywhere near his game or drugs, it's gonna happen anyway. And linking in and expanding some of your guys' comments from a few of the regulars, could Tommy use JP's club as another version of Truth? Somewhere where he could clean his money, or in fact, a club where he could use to sell his new drug Dahlia. And I do say this because the demand for this drug is about to go out the roof. This drug creates a new high, and once someone catches this high, they'll want it again and again and again. And Tommy will have to find different avenues of selling Dahlia to keep up with the demand, once it starts making some noise. And of course, he's got the locker drops, but the club is a system which he's used before when Dre was in charge of the clubs back in power, and we saw him create a sophisticated and efficient way of selling these pills. So we've seen him do it before, and while we're watching Tommy use all his past experiences and adapting to Chicago, I can see him adopt a similar system or have JP and his club involved in some way, because there is no way JP is sitting on the sidelines. But will JP fall to the game? That's another question, because I'm sure Tommy will do everything in his power to protect him, but JP can't switch off for 1 second, because he'll either end up dead or in jail, because very rarely do people make it out of this business. But JP and the game is just one part of the story. The one which we've constantly been seeing is where he keeps on digging into the past, because he's always had this hole in his life where he's never really had a mother growing up, and the fact that he's now finding out that he was lied to and Kate is alive, as well as Tommy being his brother, this is pushing him into finding out more and more. And this is one of the similarities between JP and Tommy. They were both lied to since they were born, because as far as Tommy knows, he grew up in New York, and where Kate told him that his father was dead, his grandma was also dead, and the same lie was told to JP, especially about Kate Egan. So Herman and Kate both lied to their kids, and this is one of the similarities between JP and Tommy. But one of the differences between the two in this current moment is, where JP is searching for these answers, Tommy's someone who's done looking behind him, and he wants to move on from Ghost, Lakeisha, his past life, and Kate especially. But they definitely still do live within inside Tommy, and you can tell with the tributes that he's paid to Ghost.
The Ghost.
And of course, it never is easy to forget the impact that those people had, and we're seeing Tommy still feel the death of those that were close to him, because everything is still fresh. But where JP is looking for all these answers, there is only one person who can answer the timeline of events, why she left Chicago, and why she lied for all these years. And of course, that person is Kate Egan. And a few questions we need answering from Kate is, what was Tommy doing in Chicago at the same time as JP? Why did she move to New York? And why did she lie to Tommy about his grandma being dead? Was she scared that if Tommy ever went looking for answers, Grandma Miriam Egan was someone who could reveal everything? Because it is very clear that she had a lot of love for Tommy and JP. And another question when it comes to Miriam Egan is, who's paying for her nursing home fees? Could there be some sort of connection between the Flynns and Kate Egan, where she could have been banished because she had JP who would never have been accepted? Because we've all seen Walter Flynn's racist ways. So is this why she had to abandon JP as a young child and taken in James St. Patrick? Because one, he ran away from his home after his father was killed, but maybe because she also felt the guilt of abandoning her real son, JP. So tying in JP and James St. Patrick, I do think one of the biggest questions and mysteries is the name JP, because JP and James St. Patrick sound way too conveniently close, and I want to remind you guys of this.
Okay, does Ghost have a secret sister? No, not a sister. Hint, 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 hint.
And this is something we've never got the answers to, and is this something we're gonna see play out on Force instead of Power Book 2 Ghost? So there are a lot of questions and not enough answers, and this is why we need Kate Egan back to make sense of it all. So drop all your thoughts down below and let me know what you make of this whole family situation, because surely I'm not the only one who thinks there is a lot more to this. So drop all your comments down below, and of course if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 4 Force and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.